We'll literally show you the career that you've been dying, itching, wanting to see.
It's time to experience the nooks and crannies of Korea as with your own 2 feet on.
K-Patch.
With Cedric.
That's right, every Monday to get your week going, we will give you some great video content, which we don't usually do on our radio show, but Cedric gets dispatched on a certain topic, and we'll come back with the clips, and we'll see your clips and your photos on the same issue as well. Good morning, Cedric.
Good morning, Peter.
Are you enjoying the spring weather despite the COVID-19?
As much as I can, trying to stay away from human contact as much as possible, but still trying to, go out to local places that aren't, filled with people. Yeah. Just with precaution, lots of precaution.
That's the general advice here. Yeah. I think even in the UK, they're saying you can go out once a day to exercise there in the UK. That's the guideline, but they want you to keep it local so hotspots don't get crowded and stuff like that.
Right.
You live around the Hapjeong area, right?
Well, I live closer to Hongdae, Yeonnam-dong area.
Is that not just crowded in general?
It is, but I stick to the places where there are lots of alleys and little small coffee shops where there's usually like 1 or 2 people that might pop in.
You know how to stay off the beaten path. Yeah. It's definitely advisable for now. The government issued some more guidelines on the weekend. We went to a friend's house for the kids mainly because I think they're going nuts staying with just their siblings. So they were playing. We went out front to a little like green area that was hidden, and just around the corner was a big park, and that was packed. Like people were queuing to get in the car parks. I'm not sure how advisable that is, but if you can find a little quiet spot, it's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Did you get up to anything? I saw some filming going on your Instagram, Becky's Instagram.
Yeah, so the last few days, lots of filming. We rented an Airbnb. I don't know if I should give those secrets out because I don't know if the Airbnb owners would appreciate that, but we rented
I wonder, they can't stop you filming in there,
Technically, I guess there's nothing in the fine print to say that we can't, but so basically we rented a nice place that had different rooms where we could turn into sets, and so we knocked out a couple of videos for Becky's Happy project, and then one for my channel, and then one promo video that we're shooting to tease the upcoming podcast season. So
nice.
Yeah, lots of things that we did. You like all those plugs I just threw up in there too?
Lots of irons in the fire, it seems.
Yeah, so it was really fun, very tiring. So yesterday I relaxed a little bit after after all the shooting.
Cool, yeah. I've heard that many more people obviously at home enjoying online content. So for YouTubers, creators out there, it's like strike while the iron is hot and get out as many things as you can, right? One of our listeners on V Live has asked, where's the doll gone? Instead of the doll, we've got Cedric, okay? The doll is sitting on the table in front of us. If you want him as well, we'll get him in the song break. Apologies for kidnapping him like that. But yes, thank you for being on board. Today's topic, before that, our hashtag I almost forgot, is longevity.
Ooh.
Changsu.
Okay.
We were talking about like snacks in Korea that have been around since like the 40s. Like, do you know yanggeng? It's that red bean paste with sugar, kind of pasty solid bar. It's not. I don't like it very much.
I'm sure if I saw it, I would probably know.
Yeah, you know the seogang, right? The shrimp chips.
Yes.
Yeah. So they've been around since the 70s.
Yeah, I've eaten those as a kid.
I love those.
My mom loves those.
Were they available in the States as well?
They were at the Korean stores, and also we had a little Asian section, not a Korean section, just an Asian section in a lot of supermarkets where those seo snacks would always be available.
Oh wow, really? That's pretty cool. So even like regular Americans could find that maybe in the stores and stuff. What is a snack that stands out from your memory, perhaps a longevity one that is still enjoyed today, or maybe it's disappeared?
Sure. I mean, definitely those little, I don't know what they're called, but they're little colorful candy balls that were in a like little tin can.
Ooh,
and I see them here in Korea, but I used to get those at the Korean store as well.
Oh,
I forget the name, but they were just little candies, little sugar candies.
Like in a circular tin. Mm-hmm. For some reason, many Korean people used to just keep those in their cars, I remember. That's my memory of them. And they were covered in a bit of, if I'm thinking of the right one, like a bit of powder, maybe flour or something like that,
right,
to keep them dry. Oh, those were delicious. Yeah, I missed those. Any other things that you remember from your past listeners? Send them in. We're talking about longevity in terms of snacks, but it could be people or celebrities, anything like that. And obviously, we hope that K-Patch, Cedric, #DailyK, will be around for decades to come.
I hope so too.
Fingers crossed. Today's theme then, Cedric, what are we hitting up?
We're talking about, since we have the whole situation going on, we're talking about home training or home to.
Home to. We like to abbreviate things here to the extreme.
So home training and home workout, whatever you want to call it. And this is something that I love to talk about because this is near and dear to my heart.
You go to the gym like pretty much every day, right?
I do. Sometimes I'll go 7 days a week if on a good week, but the normal is 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday.
You have Sunday off.
I usually do, but nowadays I'm like, you know what, let me just go do some cardio or just get an extra workout in on Sundays.
Was the Sunday off like for workout reasons, like you're meant to let your body rest, or just because you wanted like some time to sleep in and things like that?
Well, it was more so to let the body rest. I mean, even 6 days a week to some is a little much, but for me, I know how to make a couple of workouts really tough and then a few that's a little lighter. So my Sunday workouts, if I'm going 7 days a week, is usually a little cardio, maybe some ab workouts or something like that.
So is your gym still open? Is it not closed because of Corona-19?
Good question. My gym is still open.
Okay.
So what they've done is whenever you go in, you have to use the hand sanitizer and they make you check your own temperature.
Oh.
And then you have to mark what area of Seoul you live in or where in Korea you live in, and if you've gone outside of the country in the past 14 days, you have to mark it. So it's sort of an honor system, but for now that's what they do, and you have to wear masks
while you're working
out.
Really?
Which is very inconvenient.
That's what I wanted to find out is if you're doing like obviously light walking and stuff, you can cope with a mask on, but I assume if you're doing like cardio running and stuff like that, I don't know about weights because I've never done that really. Is it okay?
Yeah, it's not too bad. I mean, I cheat a little bit and I just kind of put my mask where my nose is exposed and I can breathe a little better.
I've seen lots of people do that, right? When they're getting uncomfortable, they'll just bring it down a bit.
It probably defeats the purpose. But yeah, so that's what my gym does. But Becky's gym, which used to be my old gym, is closed down for a couple of more weeks, I believe.
Really?
Yeah. Wow. So they're not even open.
So yeah, here in Korea, we've been talking about many industries. It's kind of up to each individual establishment how they handle it, right? And I think there's also, in the case of my kids' after-school institute, some that have kept going sports-wise, like swimming lessons, but we've taken Gio out of all of those. And some parents have kind of said, it's a bit shady you doing that, but I can see the flip side. Some kids want to be out. They can't stand being at home. And it's not an order. So what's your first video going to show us? So
the first video is going to be workouts that you can do by yourself at home. And so we're going to take a watch and just notice that my space that I use is really, really small. And so you can do this in any space, so no excuse. So let's watch.
The neck.
Yeah, so now we're going to do some stretching first.
Oh, with a towel to give you resistance.
Exactly. So you're just pulling your neck back and it gives it a good stretch. Now this right here, you're stretching your arms and your shoulders.
So this is good as like the first kind of step.
Yeah, it's good to just stretch out your muscles.
Do you usually do this, Cedric, honestly?
To be honest, no. But this was good for me to do because I need to get in a good habit of doing this. And so stretching out your legs and your back.
Is it essential to like pull the towel as hard as possible?
It certainly helps. Okay. Not essential. Now, you could do squats with just your body weight.
That's really good for like building muscle as well.
It is your lower body.
Oh, look at these with the towel. I like the towel squat.
Yeah, this is a little more advanced. So you're squatting and then you're also working out your shoulders.
Bringing those arms up.
Right.
This isn't as easy as it looks, right? I mean, you can get tired doing this.
Yeah,
right?
You have to take it slow. So this one, you put a little toilet paper behind your legs and then you just kick your legs out to the back and also to the side. And this works out your lower body. And of course, who can forget everyone's favorite, your abs.
Your sit-ups holding the toilet roll.
Right, so the toilet roll is essentially guiding you up.
Nice.
So you're using that as a tool. So the toilet paper is not necessary, but it is very helpful just to kind of keep your mind-muscle connection.
Yeah, absolutely. I've never seen that. That looks really good for your legs with the toilet paper scrunched in your knee pit, I suppose you
the
could
knee
call
pit,
it.
right?
And you're just on all fours and like putting it to the side and then to the back.
Right. Yeah, and so if anybody out there wants to try that, a quick tip is you're going to have to sort of crush the toilet paper. I guess it depends on your leg shape. I mean, for me, I had to crush it to keep it steady.
Right, from falling out there.
Right. But if you don't have any toilet paper, because, maybe somewhere in the world there's still a shortage.
There are,
You
right.
don't need the toilet paper. Maybe you can roll up a towel.
There's no
and use a
excuse,
towel.
basically.
There's no excuse,
I've done that towel thing before. I used to do this segment on some English teaching show where I was the fitness expert despite being very unfit. And it was targeted as housewives, so how you could exercise at home, right? And the towel thing, when I saw it online, I was like, what are you talking about? It's just your arms and a towel. But if you're really pulling on either side, your muscles get quite tired quite quickly. I like that stretch that you did where one arm is at the lower part of your back, the other arm's like reaching behind your head and you're pulling the towel up and down.
Yeah. So that one was very surprising for me because that's something that I want to start doing because I've had shoulder issues before. I've injured my shoulder, and I think that's a good way to stretch it out. Now, a couple of things to realize is stretching is great. It doesn't have to be a precursor to the workout. It can be something that you do at the end. And I did a lot of research on this, and a lot of the experts would say that warming up is more beneficial. In other words, maybe getting your heart rate up, doing a jog for 5 minutes.
Rather than this kind of still stretching.
Right, because your muscles are not warmed up yet. You don't have the blood really flowing there just yet.
I guess when you're warming up for football or rugby when I was younger, you do a jog first and like flap your limbs about to get blood flowing and then do the muscle stretching, right?
Right. So you don't have to follow the exact order if you want to follow this sort of workout that I laid out for you guys. I mean, there's tons that you can do, though.
Yeah, as long as you're trying to be active, because we don't want to become couch potatoes, which I'm sure many of us already are guilty of. Let's try and do some exercise at home. And the reason we're doing this is not just because it's a good thing to do globally, but in Korea, the home training, has really taken off like this past maybe year or two, and people posting up on social media with the hashtag #home2. If you type that in, you can see what people are doing at home. Let's get on a song from Rao talking about longevity. Jack's Kiss have been in the game for ages. Something special, 특별해. We're back for part 2, K-Patch with Cedric in the studio, showing you that the excuse of not enough space or no equipment at home is not valid. You can still work out. And we've also given you proof of life of Sir Loin. We just showed him on the video stream. He is well. He's not working out as much as he should be, but still, he is there. So we'd love your content. Any videos and photos of you guys, or just messages of your fitness routine at home during Corona-19 or out in the garden. It's okay. It doesn't have to be within the four walls. Do let us know what you're doing. Cedric's got another video lined up, but we've got some messages to read out first, right?
We do. So Siska says, I didn't do any exercises at home during this COVID-19 era. She's not a sports person in general, but she cooks and sings more. And the question is cooking and singing considered exercise?
Depends how enthusiastically you're doing both of those, right?
That's true. That's
true.
true.
Singing could burn calories if you're proper belting it out. Yeah?
I think so. And Louis Thon actually says singing equals lung exercise and it's good against COVID-19. So I think that's your answer, Siska.
Yeah, that's a good workout for your lungs. And lung health is so important with COVID-19. I heard today, I think it was either Korea or somewhere else has designated smokers now as a really high-risk group for COVID-19. So if you've got good lung health, you'll be better off in the fight, right?
Right.
And cooking, if you've got like some heavy pans and you're proper like wocking it up, that'll be okay.
There we go.
Raul says, toilet paper, Cedric, that is good. I've never seen that for the workout. I don't think I've seen that either. It looks like a good idea. Maybe as a massage thing, if you turned your leg over on top of the toilet roll and like rolled it, or on the small of your back, that'd be nice as well.
Yeah, I think that would be good. Or a towel would work for that as well. Yeah, so many things that you can do. Let's see. Yana says, I'll introduce this to Mom. She's aching because no movement at all.
I'm sure lots of elderly people who maybe did at least a walk to the supermarket a couple of times a week are suffering a lot with a lack of mobility right now, right? I hope some And it would be very cute to imagine them doing your workout, Cedric, with these towels behind their heads.
Well, that would make me very happy if anything that I show them would help. So.
I'm going to see Mum later, and she has been not doing much exercise. I'm going to get out a towel, and we'll try and do it together. If we succeed, I will post it up onto social media.
That would be awesome.
We got Hedgilla on board on VLive, and Epiphany saying, I'm a couch potato. That best describes me. Let's not give in to that, though, okay? We can watch some flicks and movies, but let's do a bit of exercise on the side, right?
Absolutely. And Siska says that everyone who needs toilet paper stocked up can buy it in Indonesia. All right, so that's a very good thing to note, everyone out there listening.
Here as well, there's not been a shortage I've seen at all with toilet paper.
Not toilet paper. Of course, with the masks for a good while, but now it's rationed out. So I think we're all stocked up with mostly everything.
Yeah, and I've had the mask situations getting better and better, and they're thinking about possibly giving more than the 2 a week, which would be unbelievable. But to be honest, with the 2 a week, I've learned now how to use that, and it's fine for 2 weeks. Like, 'cause I'm not wearing it all day every day, as you can see here in the studio.
Right.
It's like when I'm walking through the office or to the car, and then obviously I take it off in the car, you're not getting the full 24-hour use of it, so it's not too bad, right?
That's very true.
Yeah. Let's get on to your second video then. I was going to call you Rao because I just looked at his message. Cedric, what are we seeing here?
Okay, well, we all know that sometimes working out solo could be a little bit boring or non-motivating, so I've got a video prepared for you guys that you can do either as a couple if you have a significant other, or if you have a friend, or if you're just stuck in the house with your family or your mom, you can do this with them. So let's take a watch.
Together is always better, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, it's always fun.
A little high five with we call them press-ups.
Okay, we call them push-ups.
Yeah. Oh, that must be tricky as well.
Right. So this one is fun, where one person will do a squat against the wall and the other will do tricep dips.
Off the other person's thighs.
Yes.
Wow. Is that not really hard to hold that pose?
That was a little difficult.
I'm assuming I could only do that for my kids, not my wife.
So this one is, I don't know what the name of this is, but you're essentially just crisscrossing, holding each other's hands and squatting and touching the ground with your other hand.
That's a good workout, isn't it?
Yeah. Now this one's my favorite. I'm doing curls while Becky is holding the towel down, giving me resistance.
Oh, wow. So the stronger the other person, the more difficult this is going to be.
Right. And now it's her turn to do tricep pull downs. So I'm giving her resistance on her way down.
That's a brilliant idea. The amount of things you can do with a towel is unbelievable.
Oh, man, yeah. And this is sort of like a little plank. It works the core a lot, and then you're high-fiving each other.
Obviously, lots of physical contact, so we hope that you've sanitized your hands.
Right. And this is one person planks, the other person jumps over the legs.
That looks like so much fun. My kids are going to love this. I'm going to show this video to them, and we're going to do this at home.
Very good.
I've got an exercise bike, but to be honest, when I'm on there, I don't feel like I'm exercising, because I'm usually watching TV, and I'm not concentrating on how fast I'm pedaling.
Right.
It's just subconscious. This looks amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. And again, you could do it with anybody. It doesn't have to be a significant other.
No.
And, you know, there are a lot of awesome benefits to working out with somebody.
Of course,
right?
The laughter that could be had from doing that as well.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Me and Becky, we were laughing so much. She was laughing more. I was trying to keep a straight face for the video, just be very serious and strong. And she just kept laughing. It was so fun though.
Does she usually work out then? Does she usually go to the gym?
She does. She does a lot of stretching and I guess more so like Pilates type of working out. She does weight training as well.
Okay.
Yeah, but like I said, her gym is closed down at the moment. So she does a lot of jogging. So she's very much physically active.
Yeah, she looked not like breaking too much of a sweat with those exercises.
Oh, no.
If you did that with me in the studio, Cedric, I would be sweating like a piglet, I'm telling you.
Oh, man, that would be so much fun if we could do it live in the studio.
Maybe for you. For me, that would be me done for the whole day. So for me at home, I don't work out, and I keep saying this for months. You've known me now for more than a year, and I've always said this. I don't do football at all anymore because that's out the window with Corona-19. Funnily enough, and it's not advisable, the foreigners have restarted their league after postponing it for a couple of weeks because, I don't know, foreigners, they seem to be more laxadaisical lackadaisical with Corona-19. They're like, it's bad, but, we're young and we're healthy. And that's not the good advice because you can spread it to older people. So they're still doing it, but I'm definitely not. Apart from the bike, I've told the listeners before, I've got an old games console with the motion controller.
Yeah.
And doing that, there's a dance game. Dancing is amazing for exercise. That's when I sweat the most. Not bad at all.
I mean, hey, that's, exercise can be in so many different forms, and keeping your heart rate up is obviously key to just burning those calories.
Yeah. As long as you're moving in some way at home. So when I used to do that English show where I taught exercise to housewives, the most popular were the ones where you could clean and exercise at the same time. So my top tip from my personal experience is when you're washing up, right, that doesn't seem like too much exercise. I know you're getting your arms moving, but at the same time you should be doing tiptoes as you're washing up, because you can just stand at the sink, but if you keep doing tiptoes and you're working out your calf muscles, it's really good.
That is brilliant.
And the other one is get a couple of rags on your feet, a little bit wet, and as long as you haven't got a carpet, you can shine them, polish the floors by doing, I don't know what they're called, little lunges basically, all across the floors. Not bad.
Right.
I don't do it these days, I will admit. It's quite tiring, but yes, that's my tip for kill two birds with one stone.
Man, hashtag multitasking.
There you go.
Yeah, I think it's great. But the key is just to do something to get moving. And, there are a lot of things that you can do at home. And the cool thing is you can get creative with it and try to come up with your own exercises.
Add the hashtag #HOMTE, and then maybe Koreans will make you go viral here. You never know. We'll get on a song. We'll see some of our listener content. Send in your photos, your videos about how you're training at home after some Blackpink, 마지막처럼, as if it's your last. K-Patch on a Monday with Cedric, seeming like you guys are either not doing enough exercise or too shy to send in your videos and photos. Don't be shy. It can't be worse than me, like I said, doing basically nothing at home, sitting on the exercise bike. I hope that burns calories. It's quite uncomfortable because I'm sitting high up. It's got to be something better than nothing. Send in via Kakao Talk. Our username once again there is DailyK, all one word. We've got a load of messages and at least one video from Yana to show you in part 3. So Siska was saying, look, I've been singing. I sent in a singing clip. Does that count as exercise home training? No, Siska, all right? Listen, we need to see you moving or at least dancing, and then we might play it for you.
Thank you for the effort, though.
Yes, better than nothing, I suppose.
Yeah, Annie says, my gym is doing online workouts. I've only done a couple of them because the 45 minutes feels like 4 hours.
Oh, wow. Online workouts from gyms.
That's very cool. Yeah, I've never heard about that.
If you're a personal trainer, I guess that's kind of the only thing you can do right now if your clients don't want to come and see you.
Right. And that is good for the people, the patrons of the gym, because obviously they're at least getting something out of their monthly payments.
I wonder what happens. Do you know what's happening with Becky? If her gym is closed, are they saying this membership fee is still valid for another month or something like that? Or do you pay for not being able to use your gym?
I think she paid for a year up front.
I hope they add it on.
I mean, yeah, they have to, but at the same time, I don't think they will, to be honest.
Because a lot of businesses obviously struggling from their point of view. That's sad. I guess they might call it an act of nature or something like that. But I reckon, Cedric, you could do this on your channel, with a towel and toilet roll, some live streaming with the listeners and the viewers.
Maybe.
Doing a little workout. It's a bit outside your realm of channel
a little bit
target audience,
just a bit,
but still, I
maybe
think
Instagram.
Yes, if anyone wants it, DM Cedric, and if enough people do it, I'm sure he'd entertain that idea, right? Yana, talking about music again, but this is more exercise, I suppose. I used to learn Beast's Shock. That dance to work out at home was really, really taxing, and I sweat a lot. Yeah, a lot of those kind of idol groups, when they're doing all the coordinated dance moves, it does look really insane as a workout. Yeah.
Right. And speaking of which, Zana says K-pop dance is the best exercise, and I can't doubt that.
Unless maybe you're doing a ballad, a ballad song.
Very true.
If you don't want to get too sweaty, maybe you could do the dance moves for that, which I'm guessing is just swaying from left to right. That's about it. Karen's on board from Jeju saying, it's my 4 days last night of home exercise. My brother was teaching me what to do because he's a gym instructor, and we were doing it through the video call as well. That's brilliant, isn't it? I guess I should get my fit friends like yourself, Cedric, to video call me to get me to work out. Yeah. You could like pressure me.
I'll give you a discount personal training fee.
That sounds good. Yeah. If I pay for it, then I'll be likely to do it, won't I?
And Yana says, my mom is regularly walking at a stadium twice a week, which is why she's aching.
Oh,
okay. That makes sense.
That means she's trying her best. I wonder, because they've got that movement control order there. If you're allowed to go out and exercise, maybe there's some exceptions.
Sure.
Do you know what it's like in the States? Isn't it different by state? And some states, I heard, at least as of end of last week, didn't even have those orders in place, right?
Right. Yeah, I mean, I don't think every state has it in place just yet. I think most of them at this point. But yeah, there were a few states that were hopping on the bandwagon a little later than probably needed.
But are people, they are allowed out maybe to exercise, I suppose, and get some fresh air.
Well, I think it's state by state, and some of them you just have to stay in unless you need to go out. Like, for example, you need to go to the hospital or maybe go pick up groceries or something like that. But every state is different. There's not a national lockdown or self-isolation in place, not yet at least.
I'm sure that could be very confusing. And I saw someone question Trump on that, and he was like, no, we're just leaving it to the states. You know, we're not going to get a nationwide order. I don't know if that's to avoid criticism or just give it on a case-by-case basis. Who knows, right? Lots of messages coming on YouTube now as well. Kevin saying, my gym is part of a national chain and it has suspended club dues for the duration of the crisis until they can reopen. Yeah, it would seem a bit unreasonable to make people continue to pay membership if it's closed, right?
Right. And, you know, to think of it, I actually do have, this is going to sound crazy, I do have a current gym membership in the United States for when I go back to visit.
Still have a gym membership? Seriously?
I do. Near my sister's house. It's very cheap.
Okay.
Which is why I decided to keep it just in case I come back. And, I'm there for a week and I don't have to go through the hassle of signing up again. Yeah, probably not the smartest idea. But anyways, I got an email from them, and it's a pretty big chain.
Yeah.
I got an email from them saying that they're freezing payments until further notice, which is really cool.
Well, that's lovely for you, seeing as you're definitely not using it. For that gym, is it cheaper than here in Korea, the gym membership?
Yes, that one is.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's very cheap.
I haven't been to the gym here for ages, but when I used to go, it was about 30,000 a month. Have we increased since then? That must have been about 10 years ago.
Yeah, I'm roughly around that for my gym here in Korea.
So it's not too much change. It's not too expensive, I suppose. Jenny Wu saying our state urged a curfew 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. to stay at home unless your job is essential. What about between 6 a.m. and 9 p.m. then? Surely you're not just allowed to go around and about, I wonder. We got something from Yana, something quite cute. You've said this is home training and you're just following this hyper nephew around. That is your training. Let's take a look.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kids are way more active.
They have so much energy.
Up to a certain age, I've found. Like my daughter, who's 5, she is still really active, at home despite being on this lockdown, and she'll always want to do something. She won't want to just sit and watch TV. She gets fed up after like 30 minutes. My son is at that age, and I remember when I used to watch Saturday morning TV for hours on end. He's at that age and he just wants to chill out. He's like, Dad, don't bother me, I'm watching my cartoons. And I feel like I need to get him excited about fitness, and maybe this could be the way with your videos.
I hope so. Yeah, definitely. And I think a lot of people who are kind of in chill mode at home, I've got a couple of things that might help you just get moving, because
inspire us, Cedric.
Here's the thing. There's no excuse with the amount of free resources we have these days, especially since everyone, I'm assuming if you're listening, you probably have internet access.
Yes.
Right? So I think here are a couple of things that you can do for free.
Okay.
I think on YouTube, you can simply just search any sort of workout that you want.
Okay.
If you say you want to do in-home cardio or in-home resistance weight training.
There are a load of videos
There are
out
a
there.
load of videos, so there are no excuses for anybody out there. And then another thing that I think would be very helpful is, a lot of people like to have headphones on or blast music.
Of course,
while they're working out.
100%, I need it.
Absolutely. And so there are plenty of playlists that you can choose from on a lot of these streaming services.
Okay.
And, I won't name any, but any sort of streaming service a lot of times will curate different playlists.
If you search for a workout playlist.
Yeah. So you could say hip hop workout playlist and you might get some there. And then you could say rock, intense hardcore playlist, and then you'll get some there.
You can have workout playlists linked to genres of music as well.
Yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant. I never knew that. And you can use YouTube as well for that as well, if you haven't got the streaming services, right?
Absolutely. So that's very helpful. If you're someone like me, though, I like to listen to people talking.
While you're working out?
Yeah, it's a little weird.
Weird? Is that a thing? Do people do podcasts and stuff?
Well, there are certain parts. It depends on what they're talking about.
Okay.
There's this crazy Navy SEAL dude that I love to listen to his podcast because it gets me pumped up. It makes me feel like less of a man.
Okay.
Wow. And so it just motivates me to get better and stronger. So I like to listen to him.
Does he talk like I imagine a Navy SEAL would?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's very, his voice is very hardcore. But then I also listen to, motivational type of, speeches while I work out.
Well, Cedric, we've got audio on demand for a few of our shows, and we can watch again your videos. So maybe people will be working out to us.
That would be cool.
Making a dalgona coffee or something like that. Who knows, with your plastic forks.
Right. So you can obviously do that. And a couple of other tips, just to kind of close this out, is create a workout schedule. It's easy when you're at home just to say, I'll do it whenever I feel like it.
And then you never do it.
You'll never do it. So set in your schedule, which is what I do. I still set a schedule now, even though I'm inside most of the time, is I'm going to work out at this time on this day.
What's your preferred workout time? I know you used to do it before work, but now that you don't have the full-time job, has that changed or is it still the same time slot?
It's still the same time.
So what time are we talking?
So we're talking about 8 to 9, I'll get to the gym.
That's very early for many of us. But do you think that's the best time? Because I feel like I do most in the morning. I feel most productive. Right? And for your body, is that better than late at night?
Well, there's tons of research and they're saying different things. And so I think the best time, honestly, is whenever you make the time to do it.
Whenever you feel like it's never too late, it's never too early.
Right, but I like to do it before meals. That way, after I work out, I can get one of my meals in. Because I'm always going to be hungry. Right, I'm always going to be hungry after I work out.
Okay, well, I'm always hungry, so that's half the battle, I suppose. I get to working out, hopefully a little bit as much as Cedric one day of my life. Thanks for coming in and inspiring me half and really deflating me as well half.
My pleasure.
We're going to be back with a new topic next week. I don't think we've decided yet?
Not yet. Not yet. We'll let you guys know.
Going to see how Corona-19 evolves, see what we can do outdoors, indoors. Give us some suggestions as well, listeners. And we'll see you next Monday, Cedric.
Yep. See you guys next week.
Yana, here's your song request. Thanks for the video. This is W24 Kogi Chamshiradu. Stay a moment.